All right. We are live at 5. Corey, this needs to become our most favorite segment moving forward. Every Monday at 5 p.m. Got to make
That's
it.
it.
Got to make it special. If you're in here, let us know where you're watching from. Help us out down below. Let us know where you're watching from. Obviously, hit the like button for us. I already seen some likes flying in there. And if you have questions, this is the day to ask questions. You want to know why? Because we can get back to you on the spot. Sometimes we try as hard as we can in the comment section to get back to you guys, but like live, we'll definitely be able to do that. So come on in here. Let us know where you're watching from, most importantly. Corey, I'm going to say we're going to get one person from Texas. I got a Texas today. I'm just going to say that. I don't know.
Texas.
Yeah. What about
I'm
you?
going to say the Northeast. I'm going to say Ohio. We got an Ohio in here today.
Okay, we're going to get a Texas and we're going to get an Ohio in here today. Let us know if that is you. Hit the like button, pop on in. We're going to be looking at Corey's side of town and,
Right.
the Tampa suburbs. Not all of these are going to be in the Tampa area, but you all know how we've been doing it. We're going to go through some communities, take a look at some price cuts, see if we can find a pattern to help everybody out, right? We're going to talk about deals, what we're seeing in the market, because I think that's the most important thing, right? Like boots on the ground, what's really happening. We're helping a lot of family, close on some homes. So I think we have a good pulse for what's really happening in the market. Wouldn't you say, Corey?
That's it. We're boots on the ground. So regardless of what you see and you read, we're doing it, live time with our clients. And we bring our experience right to this page where we can show you the deals that we're getting, what trends we're seeing from the builders, and ultimately we're working on finding our clients the best deals possible.
Oh, we got an inspection report we're going to take a look at today, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
cool. Some fun stuff. So let us know where you're watching from. By the way, tune in later this week. The Knockout King on the channel, Chris, he's going to be dropping a video, Berry Bay and Waimamba. Pretty cool community. We just shot that thing, and I think for the
Yeah.
value, you're going to see some good breakdown in there. I mean, he went in on that one. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you could take a look at that. So
It's a good
really,
location too. Good location,
yeah,
not too far off from everything.
you want to know what makes it good though? To me,
What's that?
you're
What's
so
that?
close to the beach. St. Pete Beach is like 40 minutes away.
Oh yeah,
And for
yeah.
the
We've been
price
selling a lot
points,
of
I mean,
homes down that
the
way.
price points were starting in 350.
And that's what's great about it. We've been selling a lot of homes in Parish, but if you take that little bit further drive out to Waimoma, the prices are incredible.
So Jennifer says,
Waimoma.
greetings from Bowling Green, Ohio, currently working with Crystal. You're in good hands there. Mary
Let's
says,
go.
North Carolina. I would love to. I got to revisit North Carolina. I went there on football camp back in high school. I was at this place in the
Same.
mountains, Black Rock or Big Rock or something like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just remember it was like chilly weather up there, but like good, crisp, chilly weather. I think there's a lot of new construction in North Carolina too.
North Carolina is a hot market too. I was there when I was younger. Stayed at NC State when I was playing some travel soccer. It's a great
Nice.
area. Absolutely beautiful in the
Wolfpack.
spring and summertime. And I
Oh,
think I won, Christian, because we got an Ohio in here already.
do you
Just
really?
saying.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah. I'm so dumb. I'm over here. You got an Ohio, really? Okay, cool. Dude, how'd you do that?
because I know my people. I know what the people need and where they're coming from.
All right. So once again, if you're in here, let us know where you're watching from. Ask questions today. Real quick, Corey, what we're seeing in the market. You had some
Yeah,
really good stuff in our meeting today. But
absolutely.
you brought up. Let's just go ahead and just jump into the rates. What's up with that rate? The 499 to be built rate. That to me was like I've never seen it before.
I have not seen it either. I think it's going to be a huge opportunity for a lot of people. We have like right on the fence considering that to be built option. But what you'll typically see with these builders is that they'll offer you a lower interest rate on one of their quick move-in homes, a home that they designed. It's going to be completed within 60 to 90 days. They can lock in a rate and get you one of those low 4.5, 4.99. But now we have a builder that's offering a 4.99 on a to be built home. So you can buy a dirt lot, you can choose your floor plan, and you can lock that rate in for what, up to like 6 to 8 months until that home's complete.
That's unheard
Unheard
of.
of.
Yeah,
Not sure
that's
how it's
unheard of.
working,
The reason
but it's a
builders
lot of
can't do that,
protection.
it costs a lot of money for them to guarantee. Like, let's
Correct.
just say, what if rates go up to 8? 9, like let's just like devil's advocate. Like what if rates go that, and that's why builders can't guarantee 6 to 10 months they're going to get you a rate. And so the fact that they're locking that in on a to be built home for all of my people looking to build a home, like that is a great deal on a builder that we sell a lot of. And we really like some of their warranty stuff that they have to offer. So make sure you reach out to us. All in all, I'm telling you, this is the fun market to be buying some new homes. We had
For
people on our
sure.
team buying these homes up. So really fun market. We actually have somebody that came in here, hey, watching from Michigan. Is it doable to get a home approximately 20 minutes to Disney, a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home around 450 to 500,000? I think so. We have some communities, especially with what just
Yep.
happened to Interstate I-4, all of the new development that really sped up traffic. I mean, 20 minutes is going to be really tough, but it's doable. I think it's doable. Make sure you reach out to us, team at morefla.com, floating above there. But dude, that rate that you found, amazing right there. I
Oh
really
yeah, we
do.
already have someone trying to get in on it today. Put in an offer for one of the clients that we're working with. But like you said, it's a lot of protection because let's play the other side of that. Let's say rates do come down. Maybe they go to like a 5.5. Let's say it ends up there. Then you can opt out of the 499 and you can just use all of that money as flex cash to take off the purchase price of your home, pay the closing costs, kind of come out with a better net for yourself. Or it will just cost less to get you to a 499. So instead of having to pay maybe 25,000 of your closing costs to get you there, maybe you only have to pay 10 or 12,000 now. Hence you get the rest of the money towards off of your purchase price of your home and towards the closing costs.
Very nice there. Make sure you drop in if you're here. We're gonna answer one more question and then we're gonna kind of chip away at some of the information and then we'll revisit. Somebody said, "Do you guys sell in Indiantown?" So from me to you, to be transparent with you, we don't have an area expert in that town, but Corey can tell you we have people that reach out to us all the time. They're like, I know which community I want to be in. I know which home I want. I just need the
Yep.
representation. I need somebody that's going to help me maintain my leverage, that's going to get the best rates for me, that's going to get the best deals, everything that we talk about on the channel here. And so if you know where you want to be confidently, we can help you out there. But if you're looking for somebody to tell you the areas, and we don't have an expert out in that area, if that helps. Hopefully that answers questions there for you. All right, Corey, real quick, talk to us about, we'll say the builder's name, MI Homes in Two Rivers. You sell
Yep.
so many homes out there, right? We have a lot of people that are reaching out
Yeah.
to us. Going to be an awesome community when it's all said and done. What's going on with the homes out there in Two Rivers?
So yeah, we were just out there again this weekend showing homes. We've had a bunch of clients reach out to us for this builder in the community. And what we're seeing is that it's competitive in Two Rivers. And that's best case scenario for us and for the buyer. We're able to have a little bit of leverage when we have options in this community. But what I've kind of seen is that and my homes is backing up a little bit on their inventory. They have a lot available right now from their spec homes that they professionally designed, and with that said, they're dropping the prices on the home,
Mm-hmm.
including what they always offer, the closing cost assistance, a special arm that they are giving right now, a 3-year arm that's starting at, I think, 2.875
What's
for
that
that
fixed? That
first year.
what's the year 3 on? Do you know?
I think it goes up to 499 or
Okay.
4875.
Okay.
So it's still a great rate that you're locking year 3 through 30. And with our clients, that's the first thing we looked at was year 3 through 30.
Of
Is
course.
this a manageable mortgage payment? If that is, then your first 2 years, we can calculate the savings that you're going to get that you can use for furniture, adding stuff onto your home. But and my homes, I think, is having a lot of good deals right now. I think there's going to be a lot of flexibility in what they're offering, and we'll have a little bit of leverage by them having this backed up
Absolutely. This is
inventory
what you
of
guys
homes.
want. For everybody out there
This is
that
what you
wants
want.
affordability and it's like, I need prices to come down. You want these builders to continue to build because then they have inventory on hand and we can come in and pick them apart. And that's what we've been doing. We've been having so
Yeah.
much fun with it. What they're offering, we may shout these numbers out to you guys, but we've been getting deals. Like we're not just
Oh, yeah.
getting what they're offering. So really, really good stuff here. And as far as incentives go, we're seeing kind of that
Mhm.
natural incentive still sitting there. I think for the week, the winner is definitely the 499 fixed on the to be built. That is absolutely unheard of. I love that right there. All right, so just kind of chipping away here, Corey. Murata, you have DRB Homes. Looks like they're cutting some prices out there. Are they still building what's the name of the builder that they acquired?
Biscayne
That's
Homes.
right, Biscayne
So
Homes. Are they still
they're
building
still
Biscayne's
building.
product or what?
That seems like they're kind of finishing out their product, is what they're doing.
Gotcha.
They changed their process slightly. They changed their incentives, the prices, but they're kind of finishing up with the same floor plans that Biscayne had, the same names. And what we've seen is there's been a little bit of a shift from when they opened up the townhomes in Murata. That was a full DRB grand opening. So they were able to manipulate the floor plans, give them some new names, and really put their stamp on what it used to be Biscayne homes. But finishing out that DRB section of Murata, another huge opportunity. They've been dropping prices like crazy over there, highly motivated to sell. The sales reps have been calling me, telling me that, hey, we have homes that are in inventory that are move-in ready. Builder wants to move the product. Once again, that's huge for our clients that are looking to get a good deal from one of the builders.
Victoria Lakes by Taylor Morrison in Odessa. Big price drops. Obviously, they're very expensive out there. It looks like 899 or right around 800,000 all the way up to 1.1. But there are some big $135,000 up to price drops out there, which is pretty cool.
Huge.
Yeah. Really no. So last week, the pattern of last week, Toll Brothers pretty much cutting their prices across board, right? I don't think that's a panic move. We think that is kind of the fiscal year move where they need to hit certain numbers, right? You'll notice a lot of builders will do that. So you can see that here, $10,000 in Apollo Beach, roughly somewhere around there. I mean, I think they're just doing what they can to incentivize people to definitely come in there.
Of course.
Yeah, for sure. What are some other? So I guess while we're peeking at this, Corey, besides Wesley Chapel, besides Zephyr Hills, let's just kind of take Two Rivers out because I think everybody here knows like Two Rivers is going to be a rock star community. What is the sleeper suburb of Tampa that I guess people won't really know too much about? It doesn't really pop off, but it's a sleeper to you.
For sure. That one is an easy answer right there. It's going to be Parish. Parish is like that next growing area that I believe can look a lot like a Wesley Chapel in 5 to 10 years. So when you go down there, you won't see a lot right now, much like Wesley Chapel was 10 years ago. All the land has been cleared out. They're ready to put up all the commercial and retail shopping, new construction builders all over the place, beautiful communities, new amenity centers. And I think that's going to be a fast growing area. And primarily it's because of location.
Yeah.
You were talking about Waimama being 40 minutes to the beach. You can get into St. Pete in about 30 minutes from Parish. It's about 25 minutes to Sarasota and about 30 minutes to Tampa. So great location proximity to those bigger metropolitan areas. Low home affordability right now is what we're seeing, all the new construction,
What about
but it's
Lithia?
growing rapidly. What was that?
What about Lithia?
Same with Lithia. Lithia is kind of bleeding into Riverview, much like Zephyr Hills into Wesley Chapel right now. So there's not a lot on your way out there, but you can get into Riverview in about 10 minutes. I think people in the area would know that Riverview is a little more congested than some of the other greater Tampa areas, but Lithia is just a little bit further off the map. It's going to also be in great school districts. Newsom High is a very desirable school in the area. We see a lot of people that live in Fishhawk, which is well renowned down there in Riverview, that go to this Newsom High. We even have a client that moved back to the area to send his kid to Newsom High. So
that's cool.
A lot of buyers right now going into that community in Lithia, Hawkstone, where we're seeing Casa Fresco homes and Homes by West Bay. So you have like a level 1 and a level 3 option in the same community.
Here goes Two Rivers. So Tamarack at Two Rivers, William Ryan Homes. I transparently tell you guys, we don't sell a lot of their product. They're not one of those bigger national builders. They have some cool stuff that they do throw out there, but it looks like up to $20,000 off. I mean, they got to compete out there, bro. Like they got to compete. They got to bring some stuff.
You're right. We haven't done a lot of home sales with them, but I was just in there yesterday.
Cool.
I was able to take a video of one of their spec homes that they have. It's listed for $629,000. It's a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom with a loft. They're almost 3,300 square feet. And like every other home or builder in this section, let's say where the landing is, you get the tile roofs, you get the pavers driveway as well. So it's a really nice looking home. I would say they're one of the more affordable builders on the west side of Two Rivers where the landing is.
Wait, hold on. That's the landing? That's in the landing?
Yeah, that's in the landing.
Cool.
William
Very
Ryan's
nice.
and Park Square also in that section where I think those are going to be the two builders that you can get a more affordable home for the west wing of Two Rivers. But great homes right now, 4.5 interest rate, 30-year fixed is what they're offering.
Cool.
And almost all the closing costs as well. So I know they're also highly motivated. They have some inventory as well. So we've been in that Two Rivers almost every weekend striking some deals with these builders. So
I'm
right
telling you,
now it's
I
a
got to pull
buyer's
Corey
market.
out of Two Rivers. I'm like, bro, I need you. He's like, dude, it's got too much going
I'm
on out
moving
there. But
in. I'm moving in.
pretty much. Todd says, watching from Maryland, looking forward to heading your way maybe soon. I'll be sure to hit you guys up. Love the channel. Thank you so much, Todd. Hopefully you hit the like button for us there. I love the fact that make sure you reach out. Anybody that's watching, if you're trying to just get information on your own, just make sure you reach out whoever your representation is before you go into the builder. I think it's a no-brainer. All of the time we get
Yes,
calls from
no
people that
brainer.
are like, I'm under contract, help me out.
Oh yeah,
I absolutely can't do anything about that. Love you to death. Love you to death. Make sure you hit the like button. Corey, Persimmons Park, David
yeah.
Weekley. You remember that? That's like when we first started like doing our thing out there. But they got about $25,000 in some of their cuts out there. But I like the community. I like that community.
It,
Obviously, I love the builder. I like that community though.
this community is desirable for the school district. They're probably going to have the most desirable in Wesley Chapel with the Wiregrass Ranch School District. So we have a lot of people that look into this community for that reason. But I think a reason that we don't have as many people under contract in this community, it's not as amenity rich as some of the other surrounding communities like Two Rivers or the Landing, each one of the lagoons. It has a small pool, but honestly, location is perfect. You're about 3 minutes from the Wiregrass Mall, right to the heart of Wesley Chapel. You can take a bike down to the sports complex. I know your daughter's played
Yep.
volleyball over there a few times.
Mm-hmm.
You can. There's a path that you can ride your bike right there.
I just
Location
feel
is
like it's
absolutely
like
awesome.
in newer infrastructure out there. I just feel like they're built for the future. Like they're
Oh yeah,
ready to go. It's not this older area where they're stamping things out and you have to kind of, get adjusted to how small things are and it's going to adjust it.
correct.
I think it's like so ready for growth out there. So I love
It is.
I don't know. I just love how prepared they are in that Wiregrass area.
You're right. Even with like the roads and the roundabouts they have in the roads, like traffic flows like seamlessly when you're going through that area. And I find myself using those roads to get through Wesley Chapel as opposed to taking the main roads now. But you're right. Prepping for the future and being proactive on the infrastructure in Wesley Chapel has been a huge bonus and a reason that people are moving here.
JP says Zephyr Hills in the house. You're on the right live today because we're really breaking down kind of that Wesley Chapel area, Zephyr Hills area. Would love to know. I mean, have you lived out there for a while? Did you just move out there? Let us know. It's changed. If you're used to the Tampa area, Zephyr Hills was like a place nobody even knew or care about it. But talk about Florida development in general. That's how all places are right now.
For sure.
River Landing, Corey. So River Landing up to $20,000 off, $21,000 off by Taylor Morrison. One of my favorite back-to-back favorite communities here. Gated, love that. The amenities. Now, talk to me. Is this the one with the higher priced homes? This is the one with the least, not as high, not as expensive homes, right?
Correct. This is the more affordable section. River's Edge is the
There
higher
it is.
price homes. They've sold out. River Landing might only have a handful of homes left in here. I know that they've sold off all of their model homes. I think they had 4 or 5 there previously, and now they're building on the parking lot next to the model home. So when that
Love.
happens, they're right at the end of the phases there. So they're going to be sold out soon too. But there's still, as one closes out, two more open
I love that
somewhere in the
area.
area.
I mean,
So
that to me, one of my favorites. So I think we went back to back on that one. Zach says, I never stop learning from you guys. Goated team. We really do appreciate that. Our
hey,
objective
Zach.
here is to bring you guys value. And the only way to bring you value is to take you down the avenue of what really happens. So make sure you're watching these videos and learning from these videos. It's one of those aspects that I think, not a lot of people are really bringing you down to like the realness
Mhm.
of what's happening here. The
And having
Lagoon
getting the
residences.
knowledge is one thing. You want to get the knowledge from us, but then at the end of the day, if you're looking to make the purchase, you got to reach out to us and use
Yeah.
us. I know Zach was watching our videos, reached out to us. He had a good sales rep. He has, the right connections to get a new home. And then before he purchased, he called and said, I still need representation at the end of the day. So now we're going to make sure that we're working him out a good deal and that we're going to lock in the quality after he buys the home because it's not just the offer and the deal, it's once you're under contract, from contract to close. And then after close, which you'll probably see in one of our new videos, what do you do after close too?
Well, let's go ahead and let's add good segue. Let's just jump into inspections here. What we have, what we're gonna try to do is bring you guys a report every single week, right? And show you a few things. That way, once again, we want to take you down the avenue of real, what we see. And sometimes they're gonna be very wowing things that you might see. It may be a lighter report that week, and just kind of give you some tidbits on what could potentially happen. All right, what do we got here, Corey?
All right, so we got a few inspection reports that We've had recently with some of our clients, we have a really good inspector that we can get you connected with. I spoke with him recently on site at one of our walkthroughs, and he gave me a surprising statistic about something we've showed on the channel, and that's the sewer scope inspections. He said I did about 20 this month for new construction builders, and 17 of them had an issue that had to be addressed before the closing. So that percentage is just very high, even considering when you're
Dude,
getting
that's
a new
crazy. Yeah, that's
construction
pretty
home.
shocking. That's pretty shocking.
And you, in our experience with these flaws that need to be fixed, the builders do take care of it. They've had to dig up the ground and take a pipe out before, but once you close the home, there's it's you against warranty saying, hey, how did that end up in my pipe? Could it have happened after closing? Was it the builder? They don't really know. But getting that sewer inspection report, I see, is becoming more and more important to our clients. And here you can see this is a basic final inspection. The inspector is very, very picky on a lot of this stuff, which is good for you. Sometimes it's just most of the time it's going to be cosmetic stuff, things that the builder knows they have to address. But something like the concrete that has a big hole in it needs to be filled. If you're not pointing those things out on your walk, the builder will they'll just leave it just like that.
I
And in many
promise you.
cases,
I
I
promise you.
promise you, we've been at a final walk and they had the concrete guy walk down the street and fill in the end of the driveway while we were there on site. But things like that can be done easily, but you have to make sure you know what to ask for.
Sure.
And that's why we leave it up to a third party inspector. We can walk through the home with you, tell you what we think is wrong. And at the end of the day, we're still going to walk away knowing that if we can get that third party inspector in there, we don't have to worry about what we missed.
Yep. Yep. Hey, listen, and we have procedures in place because getting the inspection's one thing, getting them to
Yeah.
do it is another thing, right? You have to have tough skin. We know the right questions to ask. We know the right things to say. We have a little bit of leverage on our hands because we have you all that are watching us, right? So we have a big a viewership of people that, we're
Yeah.
trying to bring real to. And so if you do a bad job, there's a good possibility that there's a lot of people that are going to learn that you do a bad job as well. So it really does help us out. By the way, the best way to reach us, email team@morefla.com. Before we move further, Corey here, Sammy says, this is perfect, Sammy. He says, what do you think about cobblestone community by MI in Two Rivers? We were just talking about the amount of inventory. His question is, there's the MI homes in Two Rivers, just about 2 miles. Why is it priced so much lower in cobblestone?
That is a very good question. So you'll find the most affordable MI homes probably anywhere in Tampa in the cobblestone community. And it's because there is a correctional facility about half a mile down the road. So we've seen a lot of people go to that community once they drive up the road and they see it, they're kind of turned off from it. And then we have people that see the value of purchasing in there and they still buy the largest floor plan that they can get at the best value with upgrades. The community itself is beautiful. The only thing that's stopping people from
You want to
buying,
talk
and
about a
I
decision you
guarantee
have to
you that
make?
this is literally it, it's just the
It's
correctional
the truth,
facility.
though. It's the truth. I mean,
That,
you
but
want to
that's
talk
the
about a
truth.
decision to make? I mean, you will save so much, but you got to, if you're okay with that. Now, I'm not even going to get into the subject of like what the fear
Right.
could be of people, but like that's totally up to you. But yeah, that's the God honest truth
And
there,
some people don't
Sammy.
see it as a big deal. And some people are like, hey, I would prefer not my family lives. I have a bunch of kids, and then we have people that for them or wherever they grew up, it's not a big deal. So it's just that's the one thing that I would say is slowing people down from buying that
A
community.
way that we can consult you or a way that you can break this down in your mind is like, okay, what are you doing with this home that you're purchasing? How long are you going to live there? How long are
Correct.
they building out there? How big is the community? What's my value going to be? Am I going to have leverage on my side? Are other people going to look at this community
Absolutely.
and think the same thing? Even though I can deal with it, can they deal with it? Am I going to be stuck with this asset? So those are the questions
Yeah.
that you want to ask yourself. If it's your forever home and you're never going to sell it and you're just looking at having a big lot with nice features at a good price point, it
Yes.
could be something for you. Could be something for you. Okay.
Exactly. And that's something that even with our clients this weekend, I was telling them, you love the home, you find a home that you love, and I'm going to be walking behind you thinking about the resale value of this home, the future equity, what's going to come behind you or down the street from you, how this home's going to look 5 to 10 years after you purchase this, not just what you're falling in love with today.
Talk to us, man. What are we looking at here? What are we looking at here, Corey?
Ah, man. Something that
Oh,
is can be now, here's the thing. Every builder will tell you that this is okay, a crack in the slab. They're like, if it's not wider than a quarter, well, it's got to start somewhere, right? Like it doesn't always just show, the width of a quarter. but you do get these tiny little spider hair cracks in your
Sure.
slab. It's typical of any home with the settling. Also, depending on like the garage, other places in the front of the home, it's where they set the block before they stack it up to configure the home. So you will get these tiny little cracks. Our inspector here noticed that when he was using the leveler on the floor, that you could see light underneath it. So he was like, "Hey, the slab's not level." Most slabs won't be 100% perfectly even. So even though it's very minor, he's noting it along with the cracks and bringing it to the construction manager's attention, saying, "Hey, this is something that we do want to have fixed before we move on to the next phase of building, and also show us when it's fixed, whether that's from pictures or videos. We come back in to see it. If you're out of state, I'm back in there with the construction manager, checking to make sure that crack is filled, taking photos for you. Show us an invoice if the company came out." But those are definitely the reasons that we have people getting with inspectors. If you can get that pre-drywall, and then again at the final stages where you have
Every
the option to pursue it.
inspection you must get. Now, listen, it's totally on you. We still to this day have people that would rather skip it. And by all means, it's totally up to you. I mean, we have something that we just ran into this week. Let's just say like it's beyond what we've ever had to deal with before, and we'll leave it at that. But like,
Right.
what do you do when you run into those situations, right? Hopefully you have somebody on your side that is experienced and knowledgeable and knows how to deal with these things. I'm here to tell you guys, nothing is ever a ride in the park from start to finish. There's never just
Yeah.
one decision. There's going to be many decisions. So make sure you have some quality on your side. We have the built method. It takes the emotion out of it. We like to follow the method and the strategy to take us from start to finish. This one kind of went beyond finish, but like
Yeah.
we'll leave it at that. Make sure you have some quality on your side. I would say every inspection that you can possibly do, go to it and take advantage of that. Please, 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 please. Okay, let's keep moving forward here. See if we can see. Oh, Corey. So DRB, we're
Yes.
noticed that they're cutting DRB. I mean,
They're cutting.
they're so the townhomes. We actually did a breakdown on that not too long ago. We were talking
Yeah.
about that. There's opportunity to be had there, man. There is some
There
opportunity
is.
to be had there. They're showing us that
They're motivated.
they're not doing this because they want to give. They're not just like I just want
Right.
to treat somebody to a home at a good. They're showing us right now what we need to be doing. So we broke that
Absolutely.
down. Make sure you take a look at that one a few videos back. We were talking about living on the lagoons. Like how crazy. We always break down the lots, these non-duplicatable. Imagine living on the lagoons. And they're showing us right here, buy me, buy me. I mean, something there for
That's
sure.
it. And I honestly feel that DRB is trying to get out of their single families at Murata. That's a part that they've taken over from Biscayne, where they're still selling their floor plans. This townhome section, they've redone the floor plans. They've renamed the floor plans. It's more of a DRB product.
Sure.
But I feel like they're just trying to move through Murata with those single families, and they're very motivated, dropping prices, paying closing costs, giving special interest rates, and we know that we're able to find a little bit of wiggle room within what's already advertised.
Dude, Glen Lakes, I think we did this one before in Spring
Yep.
Hill. If not, they have
Yep.
the RV garages out there. They're once again, they're showing us, hey, we have some opportunity out here for you. But you want to talk about like one of the best ways to have leverage when you go to sell your home, because we can't control. If you like floor plan A, there's probably 30 to 80 floor plan A's in your community. And you go to
Yep.
sell one day, you may have 10 to 12 on the market with you. I mean, you want to talk about something special, a freaking RV garage. Like that right there to me is like, what other builder is doing something like that?
And
That's
you don't even
crazy.
have to have an RV to enjoy that garage.
No.
If you see the space that's in there, that could be so many different things. Like we said, you could put a golf simulator in there if you wanted to. You could make a bar in there. You can make we put basketball hoop. You said the ceiling's high enough for a basketball hoop in there.
Dude,
Ton of different options to have that third car RV garage, but something
I
that's
just
going to
have
be
a
very
2-car
special when you
garage, and
sell
we
it.
just redid our garage. We made it a
Yeah,
entertainment center on one side and a gym on the other side. That way, we just
yeah,
have more kind of activity space. Dude, I would love to have that RV garage. I would love to have that thing. So, but
for
yeah,
sure.
they're showing us that there's some opportunity out there. This is the video that we're going to be doing this week with Chris right here, Berry Bay and Waimama. They're showing us once again, so up to $37,000 off. There is a lot for the price point. There is some quality, and we really break down what they're giving you as some standard features beyond what you can love, like backsplash and flooring. It's not. It's
Yeah,
more so, things like gutters and shingles, like things that you really need to take advantage of inside of that community. So make sure you take a look at that. Brooksville. LGI Homes. I had a funny story with LGI. Those are one of the builders. You want to talk about a chip on my shoulder? That's one of the builders that screwed me over when I was a young pup in the game. That's
Don't
why.
get him started. Huh?
Yeah, don't get me going. Don't get me going, people. Let's see what else we have here. Newport Richie, Spring Hill, Avalon West,
Hmm.
Inland Homes. Let's move forward here. They're all in the comment section going back and forth about MI Homes. So apparently, let's see, Two Rivers is about 5 minutes from the prison, and the other MI community is about 2 minutes. I would argue that other MI community, you like walk out of like your bus stop for the kids at the front of the community is probably looking right at the prison. You know what I mean? But that's
It's
neither
not
here nor
that
there.
close,
We're
but
just
it's pretty close. But that's the thing, though, is that like Two Rivers is going to be one of the most popular communities going forward, and it's still, like you said, 5 minutes from the same place. So it's
yeah.
not deterring the people because they're not having to drive past it. It's like literally the physically seeing it. Like if you were 2 minutes the other direction and didn't know it was there, nobody cares. But when you drive by it, that's where people have a tough time pulling into cobblestone, and then they're like, I don't know about this because the visual already, but the other communities are rocking right around there. KB Homes has a River Run, River Wood, and Two Rivers. They're all selling.
Yeah, so Sammy says cobblestone's getting sold pretty good. I don't doubt it. Listen,
They
I
are.
would
We
I
had
would
someone under
say
there too.
we have a lot of people that are still like seeing that and
Yeah.
they're okay with it and they're going in there and we're not deterring you
Right.
from that. We're giving you the reason why it's so low in there. That's the
That's
reason right
exactly it.
there
Yeah.
for sure. Waterset in Apollo Beach, Homes by West Bay, Two Rivers, Homes by West Bay, both of them showing us that there's some opportunity there. Corey's favorite builder. Do you have any
Yeah.
insight as to what's going on? I know Corey has some good insight when it comes to that builder.
They're much like the other builders. They're motivated to sell those spec and inventory homes. So when they have anything that's close to completion, they're going to drop the price on it. We still see a lot of people choosing the to be built option with this builder because at this price point, you're most likely wanting to pick the finishes you want in your home. But for someone that's like stretching to get to that price point, it's just above. This is a great opportunity to strike on an inventory home from West Bay because what they professionally designed, the spec and inventory homes, is still very high end. You don't get everything and every choice that you can get with the to be built. Nonetheless, you wouldn't walk in this home and not think it's a top notch level 3 builder in the area. So I think there's a huge opportunity for people to put in some strong offers with these homes where
Hawkstone
they
Homes
are.
by
We
West
we
Bay.
know they're motivated. Hawkstone's got some of the best prices in all of West Bay, and you're talking about one of the best school districts in Tampa as well. So we were just talking to someone this morning about it, looking in Wesley Chapel, and I'm like, if you really love the home and you're flexible on your location, Hawkstone is the place to buy.
Ramade in the comment section says Zephyr Hills is attracting major industrial manufacturing facilities. Good place to invest. He names a few of them. Good place to invest. So, yeah, I mean, we're keeping up with it. Now, talk to me, Corey.
Hmm.
Avalon Park and Two Rivers. Where is it? Like a 15-minute drive from there?
Just about, say somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes.
I gotcha. Okay, cool. Would that be like the big hub that's coming to the area, or is Two Rivers also going to be bringing something different that's like its own little destination?
I don't think they're going to have something much like a downtown Avalon where there's like an amphitheater or a
Sure.
park or anything. But I think there's going to be enough commercial and retail space that the community is going to enjoy their own boundaries and
Yeah.
that they have right around them. There's going to be two different Publixes inside the community. You're going to have a Walmart being built on the corner. You're going to have a 36-acre surf park across the street from you. So there's going to be a ton of attractions in this area. And much like Wesley Chapel, that none of this existed 10 years ago, you can see the growth coming down the road on State Road 56 right to Two Rivers. And I think another assumption a lot of people have of Zephyr Hills, we've heard it has, everyone has their own little thought about the area of Zephyr Hills. When you go to Two Rivers, you cross one light from Wesley Chapel into Zephyr Hills and you turn right into the community at Two Rivers. So you are on the cusp, the edge of Zephyr Hills. It doesn't look much like Zephyr Hills because across the street is Wesley Chapel and River's Edge is right there, one of our favorite communities. So it all bleeds into each other, and I think Two Rivers surrounding area will look much like Wesley Chapel in a few years.
Here you are, Sammy. Cobblestone, it popped up, right? So up
Yep.
to $81,000 price cuts. take that with a grain of salt. Some of them are going to be bigger than others. By the way, if you want to shop the way we're shopping right here, all you have to do is go to morefla.com. It's going to look like this. You go down. By the way, you could check your value of your current home right there, and then you could just type in your location and get to work here. But I just clicked in there, just looking at some of the things. You can go over here. You could take a look at their quick move-ins and all of that good stuff. But it did pop up there for sure. Did
Like you
definitely
said, we
pop
still have a lot of people that are looking in cobblestone as well.
up.
We're fully transparent about anything you want to ask it when you're working with us. We're going
You
to
know,
tell you
if you
the
want
good,
to,
the bad, and the
Sammy,
ugly.
if you want to go to Cobblestone and you reach out to, I don't know if you're working with anybody on the team. I'm gonna say, how can I get Sammy the best deal in Cobblestone? How can I find him the
Oh yeah,
best lot in Cobblestone and find him the best deal? Right. So anywhere you want to be, we're gonna be transparent with you, but then we're gonna go to work
yes,
within that community for sure.
that's exactly it. We give you the real information. We're going to turn as many stones as we can so you have options. And then whatever you decide, we go ahead and tack the best deal for you.
Love it. K-Bar Ranch. This is by MI Homes. Are you familiar with that community in Lando Lakes? K-Bar
Yeah,
Ranch.
yeah.
Cool. Very
Just
nice.
south of Two Rivers, it's going to be in, I believe it's just in Hillsborough County in Tampa, right there, the north side of Hillsborough. They got some really good prices over there too. Another good school district. They're in their sellout phase as well. When I was in Two Rivers this weekend, we were looking at a more affordable option anywhere else, and K Bar Ranch has a couple home sites left, but definitely on the closeout phase. More of a mature community. It's been around for 6 or 7 years, maybe even a little bit longer. But nonetheless, MI Homes has a ton of options in the area, and I've come to see from our experience and working with other people in the construction field that they probably have one of the best quality construction processes of any of the builders in the area. And I've heard that backed by other people that do commercial construction and stuff as well. They've been very impressed with the framing in the first stages of the home, the block, the roof, how they do the radiant barrier on the roof, which definitely helps with your energy efficiency as well. So we're big supporters of the construction process from MI Homes.
We're seeing a lot of MI here. So like the same last week we were looking in the Orlando area, looking at some deals. This week we're in that Tampa kind of suburb where most of the new construction's going on at Connerton
Yep.
MI Homes. Now I know
Yeah.
we've done some business in Connerton. We actually had some good insight a few weeks back on Lennar and what they're doing with some of their lots out there. But it
Yeah.
looks like $50,000 potentially up on some of those homes out there.
Yeah, they bought off just a small section of lots from Lennar in the community, but they're all really nice conservation and water lots. So they got a handful of the best lots out there, which makes sense for bringing a higher end product, a level two, level three builder compared to a Lennar level one. But I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity to be had out there too as they start to open up their sales over here. We've already had a few clients look in that community at their move-in ready homes, and the move-in ready ones are where we really strike gold every time.
I tell you what, that is work. But man, that 499 to be built is still kind of like that has me a little
It's still
shook. I'm like,
lingering in
what?
your head.
Because you feel something change, and you're like, man, this is something new.
I feel
It's
like we've had a lot of people that we've been working with that were like right on the cusp of buying, and when
yeah,
the typical practice is that you'll just get a certain amount of money towards buying the rate down at the time you close, whatever the market rate is at that time. So there's not as much certainty in what your interest rate's going to be, and it's definitely usually going to be a little bit higher than 499. Having this as like a security blanket to know whenever you do close on that home, whether it's 6 months or 10 months from now, getting a 499, that's just unheard of. I'm not even sure how they're able to lock a rate for
it's a
that
lot of money,
long, but
a lot of
if
money.
rates, yeah, if rates do come down, you have that flexibility of that 499 has a set value that you can kind of transfer into money off the price of the home. So I think it's a great opportunity. I already know we have we put in one offer today for somebody, so I know we're
Very
probably
nice.
gonna have a few more coming here.
Short grass at Two Rivers, MI Homes. Once again, you were talking
Yeah,
about that. So here's the other option, and we can see why somebody might be considering the other MI community when you're looking at some of these price points. They are cutting some in here. Yes, it's definitely going to be a bit more expensive, but I'm definitely finding a pattern with MI right now. So same thing as we
yes,
were
and
seeing with Toll Brothers last week.
right. And if you do like the MI product, you have to understand that in Two Rivers with the landing, you have to pay that club fee for that $30 million social club that they're going to have. So for a lot of people, you're looking at extra $300 a month. It's around 500 to $550 a month for your HOA, CDD, and club fees. And in this situation, if we can find you that home in K-Bar Ranch or Cobblestone and get you a better value, lower fee. Same with Pulte. We take people across the street to Riverwood, where they get resort style pool, gym, racquetball, tennis courts, that kind of stuff. But you're only paying about $280 a month for HOA and CDD, and that includes internet and cable. So that's pretty much like a steal for people when they're considering how much they'd have to pay in another community without getting the cable attached to that as well. So when you work with us, like you said, we'll find if whether it's the home, the location, a specific floor plan that you like, we're gonna go ahead and make sure that we're gonna find you the best deal on the community you like, or make sure you're looking at the other ones that you haven't learned about yet.
By the way, morefla.com. Scroll down. You could do your own shopping on your own time, any location that you want to when it comes to new construction. Ask questions now because we're about to hop off soon. Sammy has a good one. This is a really good one. By the way, hit the like button. Will there be better advantage to buyers when going for last quarter of the year? Yes, but last quarter of the year to all builders isn't the same, right? So they have something called the fiscal year where they need to get their numbers in,
Correct.
and it's usually before the end of the year. They come at all times of the year. Corey, do you know anything about that?
Yeah, we know a builder that already has passed their end of fiscal year. It was at the beginning of August there. But yes, we do have builders that they go all the way up till the end of December, and they are trying to get some of these homes off the market, closed if they can. And typically it takes about 30 or 45 days to close on a home, even if it's completed already. But we've seen these builders close a contract in 14 days or sometimes even less at the end of the year because they're so motivated to get these homes sold. And I think last year was a great example of that because I think we did probably the most amount of sales in a quarter at the end of the year, and we got some of the largest deals for our clients in that time frame as well. So we definitely know that there's different times a year, whether it's the end of a week, end of a month, end of a quarter, end of the fiscal year, where we can get some of these good deals. But we have the inside builder access to the sales reps that are letting us know, like, hey, it's that time of year. We know that we're motivated to get some sales, and they're already giving us insight into what's coming available that's going to be dropping price or have these huge incentives that they're offering.
Sammy, and you seem to be pretty motivated. You strike me as somebody that's getting close to making a decision, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to challenge you with reaching out to us, and I can guarantee you it won't cost you a dime. In fact, we're going to get you the best deal. One of our pillars in our built method, and I promise you this is one of the more important ones, is having insider builder access. Let's just say you go to Two Rivers or a community that has quite a bit of homes, or the MI community in Zephyr Hills across from the prison over there. There's not one rep that's going to work that community. There's probably going to be 3 to 4 reps in that community, and I can guarantee you hardly you're going to find one that's going to get the job done for you, because they not only have to listen to what you're saying, give you information, submit your offer, push it up beyond what they feel would be right, is up to management, and then goes the inspections and all of that stuff. So one of our major pillars is having insider builder access. We have preferred sales reps that we work with, that we do most of our business with, because they understand how we operate. We're not the same as a lot of the agents that are out there that are just going to kind of throw stuff at the wall. We strategically put offers together to maximize what we can for you. So I would say it costs you nothing. I don't know if you're working with somebody on the team or not, but I would encourage you to reach out to us. We can get you you're asking great questions. I could tell you're right there.
Yep.
Have a little assistance on your side. Let us help you out with that, okay? So make sure you reach out to us. Corey, if we go into contract with KB late in October, early November, is that a good time for a buyer based on the fiscal year end? I'm going to let Corey answer that, but I'm here to tell you guys right now, just looking at what we're doing, seeing what we're seeing, the contracts that we're helping people out with right now, this market right here, you can get as much as you want to right now. Now, some builders are going to push a little harder, but those are going to be those last little tidbit contracts. Trying to time the fiscal year up is a little difficult to do, right? Because, and I'm going to use this terminology, they're not going to just pull their pants down and just say for the rest of the month, come get it. I don't even know if that's the right thing to say there, but usually it's those last 2 to get them over the edge. But we're getting crazy deals. Some of our agents right now, $60,000-$70,000 lot premiums, we're negotiating those down to $5,000. Like, we are getting deals right now. So there's opportunity in the market. I think we're at a really good time of the year. Things are going to start slowing down naturally because we're getting into the holiday season. They're feeling that. Kids are going back to school. Builders are still building. So inventory is going this way, and it's slowing down a bit. And we're noticing that with some of these incentives that they're giving. So let's strike on that. Let's strike on that. But if you have anything to answer on that, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's hard to gauge because every builder has a different time frame that they work with. We know heading, I think, anytime after August is heading into the end of the year that we're going to find good deals. But it's definitely, like you said, a buyer's market. And with interest rates being high, you are able to get your closing costs paid. You are able to get them to pay $25,000, $30,000 from the builder to buy your interest rate down to a 4.99 or a 4.5. And the way I kind of explained it to one of our other clients that is going under contract on a to be built, because the builder is paying your closing costs and because they're buying that rate down, all of your money that you're putting into the deal is towards your investment. You're putting your 10% into a down payment. You're not paying closing fees, which is just money. Once you pay it, it goes in the trash. You pay 25 grand, you get the keys, and it's over. You're not paying $25,000 towards a rate to get your rate down. That once you pay that, it's gone. All of the money that you put in is go right to your investment on the principal of your home in a down payment. That means that's a great purchase for anyone looking to buy. You're saving a ton of money that you would just be throwing towards the closing. So allowing the builder to take care of fees and you putting your money down on your principal is always going to be a great situation, especially when you're getting a low rate. The one thing that's stopping people from buying is the higher interest rates. Builders are giving out low rates, but once they come down, prices are going to go back up.
It's going to be
People are
terrible, people. When the
it's,
rates come,
it's
we're
gonna be
listen.
terrible.
We're getting some
No
of our
incentive
people
from the builder.
3.99 fixed rates right now, right?
Yes.
So and most people on the resale side are seeing around that 6 mark right now, and they're waiting for
Yes.
rates to come down. When rates come down, builders are not going to they don't need to offer 3.99. When rates come down and people come to the market, it's not a fun market. You can't really get as much. What we're seeing right now with these incentives where the to be built are 4.99 and we're getting lot premiums from 65 down to 5. Like, they don't need to do that because these builders they're not doing it out of the goodness of their heart. They're pretty much saying, "Hey, I need some sales. Like, offer me something." And we're coming in there with strategy. Now, what I will say is, don't go in if you're trying to do it on your own, and we don't do this, and we don't go in and attack the price point. That's a very kind of a naive thing to do. The last thing the builder wants to do is move the price. They will move the price, but there's a way to really get the most of it on the back end, and that's what we really attack there. Sammy says, would really love your community tour and your opinion on cobblestone. I will do this for you. Reach out to us. We'll get you a personal video tour, right? So instead of our opinion and our video tour of cobblestone, how about we take some of your goals into mind and we put that into, how we feel about the community and how that works in your favor. Sure. Okay. And then Zach says, when Chris said he got a lot premium down from $60,000 to $5,000, I was baffled. Y'all need to help me get that done. The reason sometimes we don't like to advertise those things is because a lot of people want the same thing when they come in. It really depends on the situation and the circumstances. It's case by case. It's case by case. But that comes from strategy. That doesn't come from just winging it. Like, man, today I just feel like I want to try to get a lot premium down. Like, we try to extract as much. And by the way, the lot premium isn't what the base price is. So we got, let's call it $55,000 off of the deal by not just attacking the price right away, because that's a very naive thing to do, right? Like, we get as much as we can behind the scenes, and then we try to knock the price down some, if that were to make sense.
That's what we do. Like you said, it's case by case. So we're analyzing the situation with the builder, with their inventory, with the traffic in the community, and then we're able to come up with an offer that is enticing to the builder. Sometimes these communities aren't selling a lot, and we know we can attack the lot premiums. We know that they're trying to get rid of some of the lots. Other times they have a lot of traffic. They don't have a lot of inventory, but we're still able to get the deal by maybe not asking for the lot purchases, but maybe a design studio credit or in a different situation. But it's really learning about the whole situation with the builder, with the community. Every situation is different, whether your loan type is or whether you're paying cash. Everyone's going to have a unique situation, but that's why it's important to have representation by your side that works with the builders all over Central Florida. We've worked with all of them pretty much at this point, except I guess William Ryan, who we haven't got to yet. But since we have the experience, we know what we're able to do with them, and by having a little bit of that builder insider access with the preferred sales reps that we work with, we really know how to attack these deals.
All of it comes together in our built method, right? So to answer your question there, Zach, or just to kind of piggyback off of what you're saying before we let everybody go, the same strategy that Chris put into place to get that done on top of everything else is the same strategy that we're going to give you, and it's going to get the most out of it. All right, I promise you that.
That's right.
Sammy says, I'm working with your team. I know you have multiple clients, so it takes some time to get some answers to me, so doing my homework. He says he's working with the team. Awesome. Yeah, so we got I'm not sure who's the agent that you're working with right there, but yeah, if you want, Sammy, a breakdown of that community, reach out to the agent. Yep. I'm going to stamp it. We're going to get you a personalized breakdown on that one. With that being said, Corey, I'm not going to hold us up here a little too much longer. Every Monday at 5 p.m., we're going to be doing breakdowns in different areas. Yes, some of these areas are going to be kind of specific geography in a geographical way, but a lot of the principles are going to be the same regardless of the area that you're going to be in. Okay, so with that being said, we'll catch you guys on the next one.
All right.